Hello. Okay, a lot better. I tried to film a video before, and then I realized my whole black shirt was completely full of cat hair. So, um, so I got ready because I have to. I'm gonna go out later, anyways, pretty soon. I wanted to talk about the solstice, um, and pagan holidays in general because I always see what other people do or what they post about, like this type of like idea posts with like 10 things you could do for whatever holiday. And it's a lot. Like, I feel like there can be a lot of pressure to do like a million things in one holiday and like in one day, and actually trying to do everything in this one single day instead of like splitting it up and using more days. Um, so I just kind of want to talk about it because I realized, especially this holiday, well, no, I mean, in the past I would just stress myself out so much because I would basically turn all the pagan holidays into Christmas. Like I would just try to do everything and like have this huge feast and cook so much and like invite people and like make all these plans, have a huge ritual, like just try to do like a million things in one day, 8 times a year. It's awful. Like Christmas is already awful enough. Like, I mean, nothing against Christmas, but like the way that a lot of people celebrate Christmas, I mean, like it's already awful enough because it's just so stressful. Um, and so much energy and planning and money also goes into it. And I really don't think that's how we should celebrate our holidays. At least not every single one of them. I mean, unless you can, like, if you actually have the energy and the money and the, I mean, money not so much maybe, but I do see a lot of pagans put like so much, like so many decorations on their altar or whatever, which of course you can reuse, but still it's a lot of holidays, so it's a lot of decoration and it can be expensive in that sense also. But yeah, like I mean, if you can go all out, like of course do it, but if you want to, but it's not necessary. And I used to stress myself out so much. I used to just started disliking the holidays even just because I was just doing too much or trying to do too much. And now this week I accidentally used the whole week to celebrate the solstice. I mean, I had already tried to use the whole season and actually do seasonal things during the whole season instead of just on the holidays, but still I would still try to like have this one day which is like extra special. And yeah, this time I just didn't do that. And I just kind of did like little solstice things every day. Um, I went to the park on Sunday, which was really nice, with my boyfriend as well, and we saw the sunset, which wasn't really planned, but it just kind of happened. It was the time when we were there, so that was great. And yeah, I did some art. I painted. I I painted on like some rocks like that I want to use as representations for the elements. Like, I just put like the symbols. There's the camera there. I just put the symbols of the elements on some rocks that I got at the beach a few months back when I was there, and I just did all these little things and it was really good. Like yesterday, I did actually end up doing a bigger ritual, like bigger in the sense that I went somewhere. It was not a big ritual. It was not even like structured really. It was, I mean, there was like a very vague structure, but I kind of just went with it because I didn't have time to plan anything. So I just did it. But it was spontaneous and it was bigger. That's what I was going to say. Like it was a spontaneous ritual, but it was a little bit bigger in the sense that I went to a park that's like half an hour by public transport from where I live, which to me that makes it a bigger ritual. Like the ritual itself was like an hour or something. It wasn't like a super long ritual. I was surprised actually that it was an hour because it didn't feel that long, but it was really good. And I just gave some offerings and just enjoyed being in nature and also saw the sunset again. I only had time in the evening anyways, but it was great. Like it was a good plus because I feel like seeing the sunrise or seeing the sunset really any time of year, honestly, because I mean they're all related to like where we are, or like where, yes, where we are, like where the Earth is in its circle around the sun. So I guess that it's always good to see the sunset and the sunrise, but like I felt like especially on the longest day of the year, that's good. That's something I want. Um, so that was really nice. And then today I'm actually going to see a bonfire. Let's see how that's gonna be. I'm not sure. In Spain, where I live, they do like these big bonfires for, how's he called in English? St. John's Day. You know, the guy who baptized Jesus. I think he's called John, right? In English, I'm not sure. But yeah, so they celebrate this, and it's a pretty big celebration here in Spain. And I'm not from here. I've been living here for some years, but I've never went to see the bonfires because it's more common in other areas, not so much here. But it still exists, and I'm gonna go, and it's gonna be amazing. I hope. It seems like a really good way to actually go to a bonfire when you can't make one. Like, I mean, it's just great. Like, it's really close to the solstice. It's not the day of the solstice, but still feels like, for me, it's gonna be a solstice bonfire. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about this and also just make a video. I'm still trying to overcome my fear of making videos, and especially posting them, not only making them. Because I do think that it can be pretty stressful, especially when you're a beginner. It can be really like, I feel like you can put so much pressure on yourself, especially that, like, if you want to do so many things and all of them in one day, and it's like only one time a year, even though the 8 holidays are all different, of course. So it's only like one time a year that you can celebrate this holiday, and everything has to be in that one day. This one day has to be perfect. It's so much pressure, and it just really doesn't have to be that way. I don't think that's how you connect. If with all that pressure, like, there's no room to actually connect anymore. So for me, I read in this book about traditional witchcraft by Kelvin, The Crooked Path, it's called. He talks about how we should celebrate the pagan holidays, not when the calendar tells us, but when it actually feels that way, which it's like when it feels like that season has come, like that holiday is like, it's the time for that holiday. Which of course, with the solstices and the equinoxes, that's actually a specific day. That's not just like a calendar date that someone placed. That it's actually like a cosmic thing. But I still feel like if we celebrate the beginning of summer, celebrating the beginning of summer at like just a random place just because it's the longest day of the year, but it doesn't feel like summer, that still doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I mean, that's another topic, but still, it's related. Like, I just the holidays don't have to be this way, where it's like just one specific day, and it doesn't have, even if you want to put it on one day, it doesn't have to be on the calendar date, or even on the date of the actual like cosmic event, like astrological, not astrological, well, astronomical, whatever event. And yeah, so like on Saturday for me, it felt like it was the beginning of summer. On Saturday, it just, like, that week it had actually gotten warm before it wasn't really warm, even though that's very unusual for where I live. But before it wasn't really warm because it was just raining all of June pretty much. But last week it started getting really warm, and then Saturday was a day on which I felt like in summer mood. It wasn't only the weather, it was also just me feeling like it was summer mood, like it was summer, like getting into a summer mood, because I had time to do things. Like, I had time to actually, like, I had free time. I was able to go outside, go for walks in the evening, and like realize, oh, it's so nice. Like, it's still warm in the evening, and I mean, it had only been that week, but during that week I hadn't gone for walks like late in the evening, realizing how warm it was. So for me, when summer started, it was last Saturday. Um, and that's pretty much when I started celebrating, even though it wasn't completely conscious, because I didn't necessarily think about the pagan holidays. It was not only like a spiritual thing, but it was just like, oh, like it's summer, let's go outside, let's go to parks, let's see sunsets. Like that's just, like, um, but for me, that's now, even though I didn't do it consciously in connection with the solstice, looking back, I feel like that was already the beginning of my celebration. So I've been celebrating all week, and I'm gonna still keep celebrating. Like, I mean, today I have this bonfire that I'm going to, and well, I don't know if I'm gonna do anything on the weekend because I have exams next week, but yeah, like it's just kind of like this longer thing, and I did my ritual, but I don't even know if I feel like it was like a summer solstice ritual necessarily. I mean, it was not on the summer solstice; it was the day after, but it was just a ritual that I did in summer, if that makes sense. I don't know. Just a rambly video, just to get used to sitting in front of a camera. This is not like, I tried a few times recording this, and I feel like this is actually the best attempt so far. Like, let's see how it is when I watch it myself, and then see if let's see if I'm gonna post it. But yeah, that's also part of the reason why I wanted to make a video. I was gonna make a vlog about the summer solstice, but then I realized how shitty the free editing softwares are, that you can, like, for editing videos, and I can't make the type of vlog that I want to make with this. So I guess I'm gonna wait till I have money and can buy a software, like a program, like whatever that's called, to actually make good videos, like the way that I want to make videos, because I don't know, like I'm really excited for this. I really like crafting, and I really like everything kind of creative, like that's like creative in a visual way. So making videos is something that I've been wanting to do for such a long time. And yeah, let's see how that goes. um, okay, I hope you're having a nice solstice, or nice whatever you're celebrating, Litha, Midsummer, whatever you want to call it, if you celebrate anything at all. Yeah, I hope. Otherwise, I just hope you're enjoying your time. Goodbye.